Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to Victory Monday. What is going on? The Daily Crow here live on a Monday, November the 8th, 2021. As the sign says, it feels good to be good. It feels good to wake up on a Victory Monday. No therapy needed here today in the Daily Crow. Folks, I am very, very, very excited to chat with you all and take your questions, your comments, and your calls. I desperately want to hear from you all. 843-790-3377. Of course, that's 843-790-3377. I want to hear from you. Again, we're talking Carolina's 23-point win over the Florida Gators on Saturday night. What a night. What a magical night in Williams-Brice Stadium as the Gamecocks get the job done. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. I see Todd Smith, Rob Smith, Cody Gaskins, Chance, Travie, Brennan M., B. Diva, Tanner Land. Let's see, Savannah Webster, Sean O'Brien, Brack, Jeff Gullidge, Travie, Savannah Webster, what's up? What's going on? Also, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel, the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. Parker White, by the way, breaking news, has been named SEC Co-Special Teams Player of the Week, which the hell with the co. He's a Special Teams Player of the Week. 4 for 4, incredible night for him. Again, very exciting Monday. It is a Victory Monday, Therapy Monday, hardly newer, as Brendan M. says. Indeed, feels good to be good. Man, it feels good. I'm still on an emotional high. I'm still on cloud 9 from Saturday night. What a night. Felt like a dream. Almost still kind of surreal, having to pinch myself to be sure it actually happened. Let's go ahead and jump to the phone lines before I even get the ad read out there. Let's go ahead.
To accept, press 1.
Justin, what's going on, man? How are you?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm doing pretty damn well, I got to be honest. So, what's going on?
What a damn Monday it is, man. What a damn Monday.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. That is for sure. That is for sure. It is a nice change of pace indeed, my friend.
So I guess my question is, man, is as far as the running game, man. I mean, what was the change, man? I mean, was it the scheme? Was it more of a power set that worked? I mean, I don't know. Like, it was just night and day compared to what we've seen all year.
Yeah, it's almost kind of hard to comprehend, hard to fathom. Again, it's like if you ask me what I was most surprised about from the game on Saturday night, like I wasn't shocked that Jason Brown had some success. I know obviously I was a bit skeptical, and I've already gone on record and done my best to make my amends with Jason Brown. And listen, I thought he played a great game. He did exactly what I hoped he would do, which is protect the football. He didn't turn it over. That was the most positive thing about him. Obviously, the kid's got an arm and his pocket awareness and mobility, but he didn't turn the ball over. But, I mean, if you'd have told me we were going to run for 284 yards, I would have laughed in your face. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe over the bye week, schematically they found some things. But I was just going to say, man, I just really feel like, as Shane Beamer talked about in the one-on-one matchups, we just bullied them. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. We executed and we bullied them. That's it. Bottom line.
Well, I think the promising thing is, I know, we all were on the, you got to fire, Satterfield, if this continues to, regress, as bad as it was against A&M. But for me, it's kind of promising to see that. I mean, LSU was able to exploit the counter run against Florida to get that win.
Yeah.
And our coaching staff was like, well, guess what? If they ain't fixed it, we gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you
exploited it, man.
Yeah, and now you feel optimistic too, not to get off the Florida game, but I mean you feel optimistic because now you feel like you found something, and now you take on a Missouri team that's averaging giving up 271 yards per game on the ground. So, again, not to get too ahead of myself, I know we're talking Florida, but, yeah, I mean, it's simple, man. If this team can run the football, I mean, you got a chance to win every game you have left. If you can run the ball the way you ran Saturday night, sky's the limit. So,
well, I guess the thing that worries me is, I feel like, I don't want to jump the guns. I know, I'm kind of curious to see how we do on the road against Missouri to see if we can continue that success or if it was just, Florida's just in a big dumpster fire and it's kind of the program's just kind of lost their footing, like they're not really behind their coach type thing. So I'm kind of curious to see, like, if we go to Missouri and get bowl eligible, which would be, I think, really huge compared to where we started at. Where we, 4-4, we're like, man, we can't even get, 8 yards of offense against A&M. So I think, before I jump the gun, I think Auburn's a tough game regardless. I think it possibly could be close. But I think, man, I think Missouri's pretty winnable.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I think Clemson. I think even Clemson's pretty winnable. Clemson's in kind of the same boat as offensively. They don't really have an identity. I'd love to beat Clemson. That would. I don't give a damn. Dude,
right.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I listen to your show, man. I appreciate your content, man. I was just kind of curious, man. I was kind of like, we went up, 20-10. I'm waiting on the breakdown. I'm waiting on like the Carolina way of losing. Come out second half, we let them score 31 unanswered. Something crazy where you're just like, Jesus, man, like, can we catch a break? But our defense was aggressive. They gave up 2 big pass plays early in the game, which shit happens. But
right.
You take those points away. We're looking at, damn near almost shut Florida out if you take away those 2 pass plays early in the first quarter.
Yeah. No, it was a great night, man. It was a complete team effort, top to bottom, and I think for me, it's like you kind of let out you're able to exhale when you got that scoop and score before halftime. It was like, okay, like I feel pretty damn good that we'll be able to in the second half play good football and close it out. But yeah, a lot of things to build on, man. A lot of things to build on, and like I say, you don't want to jump the gun too much because as we talked about after A&M, things are never as good as they seem, never as bad as they seem. So. There's still probably going to be some adversity the rest of the way, but yeah, that was a win you needed, man. You needed a win like that. You were 4-4 going in the bye, and obviously I spent the entire season injecting perspective, and that's all fine and dandy and great. But I know for a lot of people it felt like a very empty 4-4 because of the way you had done it. But there's no. I know people will say, well, Florida's this, they're that, they're in turmoil, and those things might be true, but you dominated them. So. Anytime you can beat the University of Florida, that type of result, take nothing away, bro. That's a huge win, and that's that hang-your-hat type of signature win that I think we all kind of dreamed about in the preseason for Shane Beamer, and you got it. So, again, you the rest of the way out, they're very winnable. Auburn got shellacked by A&M, which I know we did too, but Bo Nix on the road is what it is. We saw it last year, and Mizzou's obviously extremely beatable. I don't think Mizzou's good at all, and then Clemson's just who knows, and you got them at home. So yeah, man, I think so it's gonna be a fun ride the rest of the way out. We'll put it that way. So
yeah, I'll leave it this, man. I just enjoy the fact that it just felt like a different energy in the stadium, man. It just the team just had a mojo about them, like just. You could tell, we gave up the early touchdown, and, you were like, all right, well, they kind of scored easy, hopefully we adjust. But it just, I don't know, man. It was a different fire, man. We've seen it all year. These kids have been behind Beamer's, philosophy of just play physical. We'll get there, just trust in the process. But it just, I don't know, man. It was just great to just see just an all-around – we hadn't seen an all-around football game where the offense and the defense was good.
Yeah.
We just haven't.
So it was just top to bottom, man, a complete performance. So shout out to all parties involved, man. All parties involved, yeah.
Out of a bye week, that's what you want, right? That's your ultimate goal of a bye week is to come out and play sound football. Just you game plan for 2 weeks, you come out and you just dominate. And to do it against Florida, I don't care. Like you said, I don't care how far down in the dump they are right now with coaches. They still have better talent right now roster-wise. They just do.
Yeah.
And to dominate them in that fashion, I don't know, man. It was great. I don't know, man. It
No,
blew
it was
me
a
off.
great
It blew
night,
me
dude.
away.
Dude, yeah, it was a great night, and Gamecock fans should certainly enjoy it for sure. Justin, I appreciate the call, man. Phone lines are ringing off the hook, so
Yes,
we're gonna
sir,
try to get some people on here. But no, I appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate the insight.
Yes, sir, man.
Thanks, man. Take care. All right, guys. Before we get into our next call, let me get this ad read in. We gotta show some love to the folks who are paying the bills for the Spurs Up show. But again, of course, guys, the Daily Crow brought to you by our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors, and of course, my buddy going to call in right now. Justin, what's up, man? You're actually on the air. Do you want to get some comments in or not?
Hey, let's go. What do we got?
Yeah, you're on the Daily Crow, man. I don't know if you actually knew I was live, but what's up? What are you thinking?
What's up, man? What do you think about the game this week? I mean, Jason Brown definitely surprised us. I think all facets of the offense were clicking. I think the rest definitely helps us.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Brown's escapability, mobility, the things that stand out to me in a lot of those plays was pocket awareness, getting away, evading a pass rush, plays that would have 1,000% been a sack in previous weeks. I mean, that was, I think we kind of all knew he had a cannon, but just poise and pocket awareness and mobility. And I mean, the way he played is kind of what I thought Luke Doty would do. And, that and then the run game. I mean, obviously the run game, you run for 280 yards. I mean, nobody in their right mind saw that coming. So,
No.
yeah, I mean, you got to roll with Jason the rest of the way, and he's earned it and deserves it. And, I tip my cap to him because I think, again, I know people are going to come at me today for my comments on Jason Brown, and I want to make it very clear. I was told things about Jason Brown from those who know much more football than I do. So, and I think when he first got on campus, he may have not been a great player, but I tip my cap to a guy that obviously worked his tail off, and Beamer mentioned he lost weight. And is he a Heisman candidate, all-conference player? I don't know, but he did more than enough to get the job done on Saturday night. And, you got to love his arm. He was accurate, didn't put the ball in harm's way. Checks all the boxes, man. He played his tail off, and if he can just continue to do that and continue to get that run game, that run support, we're going to have a lot of success offensively. So, job well done, man. I got nothing but praise for him. I tip my cap to the guy.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think happened in the building over the last 2 weeks that was able to get this offensive and defensive game plan together to really just click for the entire team?
That's a great question. I think definitely our team healed up physically, mentally, everything else. And again, that was my biggest takeaway from the game is I just think that the buy-in is there. I think guys, obviously, again, I don't think you win a game like that if your players aren't bought in and they're not believing in what they're being told and the culture and the messaging from the coaching staff. I mean, that's another thing I was just wildly impressed with. The season could have gone one of two ways after Texas A&M. You could have had the locker room sort of lost it a bit, and guys are saying, well, this isn't working, that's not working. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not going to listen to the coaching staff. And, you just don't beat Florida the way you did if that was the case. You don't beat Florida the way you did if guys aren't bought in and believing in the system and the scheme. And, I mean, obviously there was a lot of self-evaluation. And obviously there was a lot of adjustments made. And, we all really hoped that would be the case, that you'd come out after having 2 weeks to get ready and get rested and you would play your best football. And, I mean, sure enough, you did. So, sure enough, you did. It was just – trust me, I was sitting there in the stadium watching it probably just as shocked as everyone else. Like, I mean, we felt like the potential was there. We felt like we were capable of this, but I didn't expect a 40-17 game. I thought maybe you could get to the fourth quarter in a one-score game I didn't expect the Gamecocks to just blow Florida out of the water. But, again, that was the game. That was the kind of night this program and this fan base desperately needed. And, again, like I said, I've said on the show that dropped today, I mean, is it an indictment that Shane Beamer is going to be the next Steve Spurrier? Not necessarily. It's year one. A lot can still happen, and a lot needs to happen, and we got to get better, and recruiting and culture change, blah, 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 whatever. But that's a huge win. That's a huge win, and it's one of the you think about recruiting. I mean, it's huge just selling recruiting that, we beat the University of Florida, and we beat them bad in year one. You can come here and you can beat the schools, the Floridas, the Georgias, the Tennessees. You can come here and you can do that. So, yeah.
Did Spurrier not beat Florida his first year?
No, he did. He beat Tennessee and Florida. Yeah. Beat them 30-22, I think it was at Willie B. So
I remember I was at that game as well. That was Urban Meyer's first game for Florida. First season with Florida, I should say. And that was still, to me, one of the games ever. And it was a day at that. So,
yeah.
Can't ever forget that Sidney Rice catch on the sideline, and he takes it up the field, almost for a touchdown. But yeah, it was definitely good to get that win on Saturday. And they did it in fashion. Everything clicked. I mean,
everything clicked. And again, you hoped that this team would come out and play their best football, or like I said all week last week, put their best foot forward. And I mean, they more than did that. So you gotta, my biggest thing is this: I don't mind people when they're critical and they criticize. Heck, I do it, but also when they do a job well done, be able to tip your cap and show love and appreciation. So even guys like Marcus Satterfield, Greg Atkins, they obviously did a hell of a job. I mean, I don't know what was said, what happened. Was it as simple as guys just executed? I don't know, but it was a whole different looking team, whole different looking run scheme, run offense. Guys were bullying dudes up front. I mean, all parties involved did a hell of a job. You got to give them credit where credit's due. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Zaquandre White just solidified himself as,
he's a beast, man. He's a beast.
If not the guy. I mean, definitely in the 1-2 rotation. I mean, he just runs the full steam, head of steam, and just runs down here and just keeps battling. And he's definitely earned his keep for sure.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, I love the attitude he runs with, and again, I'm not gonna. I think it's a little aggressive to compare him to the great Corey Boyd, because Corey's one of my all-time favorites, but that type of tenacity and attitude, he runs with that. And you can have a lot of success doing that. So, I love watching him run the ball. But, yeah, Justin, always a pleasure to hear from you, my guy. Obviously, we'll talk later today, but literally the phone lines are ringing off the hooks. I'm going to try to – I can't even get the ad read in today, so I'm going to try to get in as many people as I possibly can. But, yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. So we'll chat later today, my guy. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, all right, man. Later. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. But guys, again, I'm missing a bunch of your calls. I wish we had the technology to put people on hold. Again, Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Give them a call. I don't think Rami and those guys would even care because we're celebrating with the calls. But Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, be sure to check them out. Please do that.
Press
all right, let's get into these calls.
Press.
Yo, what's going on, man? How are you?
What up?
What's up? Apologies on the delay getting to your call, man. The lines are literally ringing off the hook, so I'm trying to get to every single call we possibly can. But what's going on, my man?
I know it, man. I know it. Hey, I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of insight, man, to what I know firsthand. I'm pretty close with a few players on the team, just from some family playing in the past, 5 years. But from what I understand, from what's been told to me from the horse's mouth, a bunch of guys on that line knew who the starter was supposed to be. That's what I've heard from the horse. So take that as, whatever you think it is, but there's too many things that changed in 2 weeks for it to just be schematic changes and stuff like that. I played collegiate sports and high school sports, everything else. A team doesn't just change based off scheme 1,000%. And that team is totally different from every, especially offensively. You can look at the line play and tell those guys are definitely blocking a little bit different.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just telling you what I've heard, directly from the horse's mouth, and those guys definitely wanted that guy behind them.
Well, it certainly looked like it. I mean, they played their best football. So, I mean, hey, I'll just say this, man. Like I said all season, I really, truly don't give a damn who the quarterback is. I just want to win. So put the guy back there who gives us the best possible chance to win. And, yeah, I don't think there's any debate right now. So, you got to do nothing but tip your cap to Jason Brown and the game he played. And, tip the cap to the O-line too, bro. Again, running for 284 yards. That makes it a lot easier to have offensive success when you can run the ball that way. I mean, bottom line. So,
And I'll tell you, when your quarterback can actually move, a lot of that running back success that you're having comes from, the quarterback having that escapability.
Yeah.
So, if they even think that the quarterback can move 5 foot out the pocket, that running back's going to have that extra millisecond or whatever he needs to get past that one block. And, you go from -1 yard to 3 yards, and then 3 yard to 5 yard, et cetera. So that definitely changed some stuff. So.
Yeah. No, dude, his escapability and mobility in the pocket and really just pocket awareness. I mean, that was, that was the biggest difference maker. And I'll be totally honest. What we saw from Jason Brown Saturday night, that's kind of what I thought. That's exactly actually what I thought we'd see from Luke Doty, and it just never happened. So, hey, whether it's Luke Doty, Brown, whoever else, just put the guy back there that can do that, because this offense needs that, and you need that in a modern offense. It's not just South Carolina. You have to have a quarterback that can get out of the pocket and make throws on the run, and, I mean, he did a fantastic job doing that. So.
And I know they say Luke was pretty hurt or whatever, but, man, it just makes absolutely no sense that we've got QBs back there that can move like that. I don't give a dang if he was 20 pounds heavier. 20 pounds, dropping 20 ain't gonna make you that type of stuff you don't learn over 4 weeks. Like moving out of the pocket like that pocket awareness and being able to read coverage and going through your progressions, that's not something that you just pick up, in 4 or 5 weeks.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's kind of aggravating spending money, on a university, and they don't give the guys the guys with talent the actual put them on the forefront. I guess I don't know what's going on.
Right.
But it's aggravating as heck to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and that's I was kind of waiting to have someone bring that. I guess that's the flip side of the entire conversation is why did it take this so long to happen? Why did it take so long for a guy like Jason Brown to get a look? I don't know, man. I can't really answer that question, to be totally honest with you. I can't answer the question. So,
and think about this too. The first thing I always hear is, man, he doesn't know the playbook, and he doesn't know this or what the heck ever. Like, I don't know. I don't buy into that crap, man. Because if that's the case, then he had the same amount of time as who else learned the playbook, like Luke.
Right, yeah.
And Luke did not make any reads correct. I mean, you could watch all those games, and he looked like a deer in headlights when people were running across the field. It looked bad. I don't know, man. I'm just confused.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's not even that I when you think of it, when we talk about that, it's not even that I have an issue with them playing Doty off the jump. I just don't get playing Zeb Nolan. I mean, I just, and all due respect to Zeb, because, I mean, dude, we owe Zeb a lot of thanks and praise because, we don't beat Vandy if Zeb doesn't come in. So I am, I'm not trying to take anything away from Zeb necessarily, but how was Brown third string, I guess? Like, how was Zeb Nolan a better option? I mean, again, I don't even have an issue with the whole Doty thing. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I know some people want to – right, some people want to take Doty's scholarship away or move him to wide receiver. I mean, whatever they do, whatever. But, yeah, I don't know how Zeb was the option over Brown. But, again, I don't know. We're not in the building, and I'm not a coach, so I'm just glad that finally it clicked out of a bye week, and, everything happens for a reason. So.
Yeah, dude. Well, I ain't gonna take up no more of your time, man. Hey, be safe, and we'll blessings and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Take care. All right, let's jump back to another call here.
Call from
Eric.
Eric, what's up, man? Finally got you on the line. My apologies. It's been ringing off the hook, so I'll let you. I know you've got a lot to say, so I'll let you go ahead and fire away with it.
Okay. I'm going to give more credence to your previous caller. The kids are the ones that you need to buy into that program to make it successful. And they've always believed in the coaches. Now they know they've got the right quarterback behind them. And that explains everything that happened over that bye week. Well, Chris, how do we run the ball so much better? All right, Chris, I know most folks can on the camera, so I want you to help me out. We're gonna hold up things because everything's a math game. Right?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Somebody got to cover EJ out there on the side. So there's one thing.
Okay. There's one.
Somebody got to cover Josh. That's two things.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not forget about Mr. Jaheim Bell in the slot. All right, so there's three things.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Mullen's not an idiot, so now he got to put somebody over the top to get a little bit of help. There's four fingers. Now when you look at it, 7 folks to stop the run. Well, they also know that Jason is mobile. Guess what? That's another finger gone. Now it's 6 on 6, brother. That's it.
Mm.
And those offensive linemen now know, man, I ain't got to hold block for 4 seconds so Zeb can get rid of the ball. Or I ain't got to hold a block for 3.5 seconds so Luke can get rid of the ball. Man, if I can just slow my guy down a little bit, Jason going to make it happen. That's the difference. Because with Zeb in there, man, they got 7, 8 folks in the box. Go ahead, dog. We dare you to throw it.
Mm.
You can't move, and one of our guys is going to get to you. What made the defense so much better? How about the fact that defense spent 13 less minutes on the field than the offense did? Those guys are fully rested.
Yeah, Gamecocks
Completely
dominated time of possession for those who missed it. I think South Carolina had like something like 37 minutes to Florida's 23 or something like that. So,
oh, it was insane. We
Yeah.
are now 5-1 in games where we win the time of possession battle.
Mhm.
The only game we lost was Tennessee.
yeah, it was 36-18 to 23-42 is the official number. But, yeah, dominated. Dominated.
Yes, sir. I tried to tell you months ago, and I know, well, you know, this is what my guy. All right, fire your source inside the building because he's not obviously worth a damn.
I guess not.
Hey, let's call it the way we see it.
right.
He ain't worth a damn.
Let me ask you this. This is just to play devil's advocate. Is Luke Doty not as mobile as we thought he was? Because all I heard last year was he runs a 4.440. I mean, because that same exact concept you were arguing, then it should make sense that Luke Doty's running ability would also pose similar problems. So why could Carolina not run the ball with Luke? Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate, but is Luke Doty just not as mobile as we thought he was? Is that what it is?
No, a Luke Doty who doesn't have his foot absolutely crushed in practice is just as mobile. Okay, that's God's honest truth. And if you want to take your hat off to somebody, give a double hat take off to Luke Doty, who played with a foot that I don't know how in the hell he managed to keep it inside of his cleat.
Probably shouldn't have been playing. Let's just call it for what it is. Probably shouldn't have been playing.
No. No. But if you think you were going to pull that child out of the game, no, sir. He is a gamer. He's built on heart and gut.
Mm-hmm.
And Gamecock Nation should be grateful that we have a player like that in the building.
Loves being a Gamecock, from everything I've heard. Loves being a Gamecock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, his entire family loves being Gamecock.
Yeah.
And Luke, Zeb, Jason, they're all the best of friends. I mean, they pal around together, they eat together. I mean, everything, and they all root for each other equally. That's no joke. They love one another. They truly love their brothers. Now, you know, I'm gonna tell you, for as much as you've been hounding on that, well, that back end's kind of thin. I got to get some love from my boys on the back end out there in the defensive secondary.
Yeah, dude, defense played their tails off. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. No, I mean, top to bottom, everybody deserves praise. I mean, it was hard to hand out game balls today because you could give one to pretty much everyone. So, I mean, every level, Carolina dominated. Every level. So, you know, both sides of the ball, special teams, even Parker White dominated. I mean, it was everybody. Everybody did their jobs and beyond. So,
what have you and I always exchanged back and forth? Attitude leads aptitude. And if you don't absolutely buy into that 1,000% now, you saw it Saturday night because every player on that field had confidence they were going to win before the first ball got snapped.
Yeah. Yeah, like Beamer said in postgame, this is surprising to no one. and even how it
That-
happened is
what-
surprising to nobody. So,
Wasn't surprising to me, and I posted across 3 Gamecock groups in Facebook, hey, we going to win. And I have spent the last 48 hours chasing down the slapdicks who thought I had bumped my head and gone crazy.
hey, Eric, by the way, a little bit of a side note. I just want to share this good news with you. Just dropped breaking news, Carolina-Auburn, 7 p.m. kick at Williams-Brice Stadium. So, night game for Auburn. Love to see it.
Okay, so to Mr. Bo Nix, who threw an interception to my favorite free safety, Jalen Dickerson, last year, I just got a little message. Don't take this ass whipping personally.
Love it. Love to hear it, Eric. Appreciate you, my friend. Always great stuff. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Ryan, appreciate you. The super chat. He said, this is for Chris owning the beatings. Let me see. This is for Chris owning the beatings from the Jason Brown crew. Hashtag spring games matter. We still trust Shane, but honestly, this was too late. I'm going to try to get to your comments here in the chat, guys. The phone lines have been ringing off of the hook, so I apologize for not getting to your comments. Like I said, guys, breaking news, Gamecocks-Auburn is a night game. A night game
Call from
at Willie B.
Robbie Davis.
You love to see it. All right, let's jump back to the
to
phone lines here.
accept, press 1.
Robbie, what's up, man? How are you?
Man, you a popular guy today, bro. People calling
Yeah.
you left and right.
I tell you, winning's great for business. You want me to be totally honest? Winning is great for business, and it's great for my my mental health, and it's great. It's just great for everybody. So no, it's the fun is in the winning, and we celebrate all the wins here, big and small, and this one was a big one. So we're having a good time on a Monday. What's going on,
Oh,
Robbie?
yeah.
Appreciate you calling in.
I'm doing fantastic. To be honest, I was not expecting us to dominate Florida like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a
I
feeling
don't
we were
think
gonna
many
win.
were, my friend. I don't think many were.
I
So-
was like, all right, I was thinking to myself, I was like, is this really happening? Are we literally beating Florida 40-17 right now? Am I dreaming?
Yeah.
And I looked at the rest of the schedule Saturday night after our game was over. If we play like that the rest of the season, we won't lose a game in November. I'm telling you.
That's a fact. Especially if you can run the ball that way, I think you can beat anybody. So, yeah. I mean, I'm give all the credit in the world to Jason Brown, but that was the thing that probably surprised me the most. And again, if you would have told me without telling me anything else that we would have ran for 284 yards and we would have held them to under 100 yards rushing, yeah, I would have told you we probably won. I mean, that's run the ball, stop the run. That's pretty damn good recipe for this team. It's a pretty damn good recipe for success because you've got the guys at the running back position. If you can run the ball, proof's in the pudding. You know what I mean? You're going to have a lot of success. So,
Right. And I could tell that Beamer and the coaching staff put an emphasis on fixing the offensive line. I could tell.
oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, what in the world? Where is this? I was like, where's this been the last several weeks?
Yeah, it
You
was incredible, man. Again, like I said, we've been critical and harsh on, and deservedly so, by the way, on Satterfield
Right.
and Greg. I mean, heck, I was calling for Greg Atkins' job after A&M, but man, I mean, those guys, job well done. I mean, job well done by him to get that offensive line together. And hey, you didn't even have Dylan Wanham, and you did what you did. So, incredible job by all parties,
Yeah.
man. I mean, the way you just you bullied them, you pushed them around.
And I told you during the week, correct me if I'm wrong, but I told you during the week, this is a game where we need to come out and dominate from start to finish. And I truly believe that we did that, even though we gave up 17 points.
Yeah.
We beat. We didn't just win. We beat them.
Yeah, we beat their ass. I mean, there's no other way to put it. There were, start to finish, that was domination. Bottom line, that was domination. So, yeah, happy for our players, our coaches, man. Again, I had been spending the entire season injecting perspective and, trying to keep everyone from jumping off the ledge. but I understood why people were, battling with that and the way you had won and whatever.
Right.
So this was just one, man, where it finally boiled over, and we all needed this one badly. And really happy for Gamecock Nation, this fan base, and you have that hang your hat signature win, if you will. Man, it's a great feeling. I mean, it feels good today. There's no other question. I mean, it feels good. Again, phone lines are ringing off the hook, and tons of people in here really just celebrating the victory, man. It feels good to be good. Like I said, it feels good to be good. It's awesome.
Right. But you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't care how many points we scored. Like I told you, I don't care how many points we score. I just want us to win the ball game in the story, right? And I was not expecting us to score 40 points against Florida. I was not.
No, I don't. Again, I don't think many were. Don't think many were.
As soon as we hit 30, I was like, wait a minute, we're on pace to get 40 or more in this game right now. Because we had 30 at the half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that
never
certainly was shocking. That's for sure. Certainly was shocking.
We have never scored 40 points on Florida ever. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a great night, man. It was a magical night at Willie B's, and it was great to see Willie B jumping like that again. And again, big one against Mizzou. Can you capitalize and carry on positive momentum? And then if you can get that one and get the bowl eligibility, it will be a madhouse against Auburn. That is for sure.
Oh yeah, it'll be an absolute. I think it'll be a madhouse for sure, but it'll definitely be a madhouse if we beat Mizzou this week and become this coming week and become bowl eligible. It will be an absolute madhouse.
Yeah, for sure.
When we play Auburn.
Yep, for sure.
And if we beat Auburn too, it'll be a madhouse when we play Clemson.
Yeah, gonna be a fun ride, man. Like I said last week, they remember November, and it's kind of funny if you can close out. I don't want to get ahead of myself and say, oh, we're gonna win every game we have left, but you can close out on a high, on a positive note, and maybe win 2 of your next 3. It's wild how all of the problems of this season before the month of November mysteriously vanish. All that narrative, all that talk will be gone. So, and that's the beauty of it. It's a long season, and people can get better. Coaches, players can evolve, and you can figure things out about a team, and you can change things. You know what I mean? For the better or for the worse. So, it feels good to be playing, to have played our best football on Saturday, and hopefully we continue and we'll look back and say, hey, we played our best ball in the month of November. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun ride the rest of the way out. So.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good one, okay?
Yeah, Robbie, I appreciate the call, my man. Thanks so much. 843-790-3377 here in the Big Cock Club Discord, TDC Questions channel. Crow and K-Man says, it'll be interesting to see if we have equal success against Mizzou. The Gators are an apathetic bunch who just fired 2 assistant coaches. I don't want to take away from Saturday's victory, but I will feel better after we boat race the Missouri Tigers in the other Columbia. Well, I would tell you this, Crow and K-Man, because you make a decent point, but what's the mood like in Como? You know what I mean? How fired up are they to host this game against the Gamecocks? And again, when you're talking just the game and the matchup, and again, we're going to break this thing down a lot later in the week, but the thing that stands out is Missouri is giving up 271 yards per game on the ground. So you should be able to run the football. There's no doubt. You should be able to run the football. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Guys, like I said, in case you missed it, the big news today, Carolina taking on the Auburn Tigers, 7 o'clock kick on ESPN. Yes, another night game at Williams-Brice Stadium, and that bodes so well for the TSUS tailgate. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you haven't come out to the TSUS tailgate, we get rowdy. we had a good time. We have a good time. I got a lot of video, some legendary content on the GoPro that I will be dropping. What a day. What a day, what a night, anything. Incredible. Tim Woodward says, what do you think the coaches are saying we could have done better? Always something with the Gamecocks. Well, it's funny. Looking at the stats, man, we only went 2 for 12 on third downs. So I think converting on third downs, I think still being better in the passing game. I mean, dude, there's always things you can improve on. But I tell you what, whatever you did in the run game, copy, paste. Luke RJ, how about the Gamecocks and Jason Brown at quarterback? Indeed. It's crazy. We've had so many calls. I haven't been able to get all your comments here. Shane Davis, I'm cautiously optimistic, man. I hope this keeps rolling. Is not a one-hit wonder by the guys. Don't sit in the nosebleeds. Hit me up, and I'll give you a low-level seat for the Auburn game. So you know what's funny, Shane, you say that. I actually had tickets in Section 8, and I just wanted to switch it up. I was like, you know what? I've sat in 501 before. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. I actually had buddies up there too, so I'm not going to sit up there every game. But, I think it's a good seat. It's a good view. I don't hate the upper deck, but we'll probably be lower level for Auburn. But, yeah. I appreciate that, Shane. I appreciate the offer, man. Yeah, if you do have extra tickets, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands or use them for a giveaway. And that goes for anybody. If you guys ever have tickets that need to be used or what have you, there are plenty of great Gamecock fans. We can use our platform and give them away to people. I would love to do that. Let's see. Darrell Wall Jr., yeah, let's just don't hate on Doty. Kid was playing hurt. JB just kept working this time. Came Saturday night. He delivered. I'm sure if Beamer knew he was going to play like that, he would have been in sooner. Things happen for a reason. The bye week helped. Doty's a player. He's just not healthy. Thank God we have a Jason Brown to go to. I did see a little more swag when the Gamecocks with JB in there behind center. Yeah, tip your cap to JB, man. Play this tail off. Let's see. Again, I'm trying to get back to all these questions I may have missed. AJ Bauer says, how many people will love Jason Brown? Love Jason Brown when he has a bad game is a real question. Everyone loves him now, but if he does have a bad game, will everyone turn their back on him? I surely hope not. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, said it after A&M, and I'll say it after this one. Things are never as good as they seem. Things are never as bad as they seem. So we played a fantastic football game. Let's celebrate this one today, tomorrow. We get to Wednesday. We'll start really moving ahead, looking to Mizzou. You got to do it again. Play good football. Go take care of business. I know you're technically a 1-point underdog, which I guess after Saturday, who really gives a damn what Vegas thinks? But get ready to go play your best football. You beat Florida, great. But if you lose to Missouri, do you really – that positive momentum, do you still have it? You know what I mean? Huge game on Saturday to capitalize on, get bowl eligible, and continue to keep that positive momentum going into your final couple of games in the season. Let's see. Again, trying to get back to your questions. Tons of questions I may have missed. I know many of you are coming after my head. For my Jason Brown comments, which, fine, man. I'm here to own it. I've been owning it since the game on Saturday night. I'm here to own it. Coach Ford says something's fishy here. We did not just suddenly become good. This is a team that had 2+ offensive touchdowns in only EIU and the Vandy games. A, the players were glad that the Doty Nolan experiment finally ended, or B, Florida played half-heartedly in objection to Mullen, or C, both. Coach Ford, you bring up some good points. I'm just going to celebrate the victory. Again, you do bring up a valid point in the sense of that's the other side of this thing, is how did our team just completely transform? Maybe the bye week just really helped.
Smith.
I don't know. All right.
To accept, press
jump into
1.
our call
to
here.
send a voicemail, press
My man, what's going on? How are you?
Chris, when you win, the sun seems a little brighter, the sky seems a little bluer. It feels good today to be able to drive down the road knowing that we stomped Florida Gators.
Yeah, I mean, great Monday to have a Monday, isn't it? Great Monday to have a Monday, especially when you win. Everything's just a little bit better. Everything's a little bit better, for sure.
I'll keep it brief since so many people are trying to call in. Does Jason Brown have any more eligibility after this year if he chooses he wants to come back?
Yes, he has one more year, so he can return next year, yeah.
One more year. That's awesome. Well, look, hey, I'm glad that we had a great win. I'm glad whatever they did during the bye week but came to fruition for us. Yeah, I just hope we keep it up the rest of the year. From me to you, and I've already told my wife, by the way, my wife's son and daughter are going to the Mizzou game this weekend because we live in Branson, Missouri. And if we do go to a bowl, we'll keep our fingers crossed. I got a ticket for you, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I appreciate that, my man. I've only been to one bowl game my entire life, and it was the Belk Bowl in Charlotte. So to say that I need another bowl experience, and I'm sure will be more positive than the previous, is an understatement for sure. So,
One of the things we're going to have to do is, I know South Carolina fans were real fickle sometimes, but we definitely need to stay positive for Shane Beamer. The rest of the season, that stadium needs to be packed out.
Yeah.
The proof's in the pudding. The players were excited because the fans were excited this weekend, even though the stadium wasn't packed. The ones that were there were raising hell.
Yeah. No, it was a fantastic atmosphere at Willie B, man. It truly was. And, I think the players certainly, it benefited them, and they set the tone themselves on the field. So, I mean, just, again, top to bottom, man, incredible night. It was an incredible night. It was one of those nights that we got accustomed to when Steve Spurrier was the head coach in 10-13, where we really just beat the hell out of people and we went on a heck of a winning streak at home. It reminded you of one of those nights, what I'm saying, where it just everything clicked. So, yeah. Job well done by everybody.
Man, have a good rest of your day.
So, all right, man.
Go Cox.
Yeah, I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for the call. Great stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Jordan Smith says Jason played a decent game. A lot of the balls are behind the receivers. The one big difference I see is he never gives up and at least throws the 50-50 balls. I see no reason why we start anyone else. The team has come around JB, and we're playing their tails off. The timing between him and the receivers will improve in weeks to come. Jordan, I appreciate the comment. Good stuff. Let's see. Tyrell Campbell Sr., I've been saying this since the Georgia game. I knew something was awry when Doty cannot escape backside pressure. It's amazing how different the team looks when the quarterback can extend plays. It makes the corners cover longer and the defensive line chases more, and that is a recipe for disaster for other defenses. Yeah, again, the escapability, the mobility, the awareness in the pocket, that was the difference. That was the difference with Jason Brown. And then again, the fact you ran the football. I mean, again, I'm taking nothing away from Jason Brown saying this. You run the ball for 284 yards, you're going to have a lot of success offensively. And it really, I don't know that it matters who the quarterback is, but obviously with Jason Brown in there, man, you put him in, something changed. And he should be the guy the rest of the way out. There's no question in my mind. Zeb Nolan should, all due respect to Zeb, I like Zeb, shouldn't see the field again. Jason Brown's the guy for this team moving forward. And again, I said it earlier, what's crazy is that Jason Brown did what he did. EJ didn't even have a catch.
Call from
So,
Brian.
all right, let's jump to the phone lines here. What's going on, my man? How are you?
What's up, dude?
What's going on? Not much.
Great day to have a day. I just want to
Fantastic
play a
day.
little devil's advocate today. Obviously, Jason Brown, he played a great game. His stats are average, but for a third-string quarterback coming in that situation, fantastic.
Yeah.
He led the game. He did everything that was asked of him.
Yep.
I just wanted to think about – yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, didn't turn the ball over and, escape pressure. And, yeah, I mean, dude, I thought he did a fantastic job for sure.
Fantastic, absolutely. Everybody rallied around him. That's important. So I wanted to think about, like a little what-if scenario. Since everybody's saying, well, why hasn't Jason Brown started from the beginning of the year? So let's say Luke Doty obviously got hurt in practice, early on before the season started. So let's say they determined that Jason Brown was going to be the starter going into game one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Jason Brown maybe didn't perform the standard. He went out there and struggled initially.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he got hurt or something, whatever. Zeb Nolan comes along, just like he did. Played all right for a little while. He gets hurt, whatever, comes back, doesn't play the greatest. So then we go to Luke Doty as the third-string quarterback, just like we did Jason Brown. I'm just curious if the narrative would change a little bit if Luke Doty had the chance to fully heal from his injury, before the season started. It's all what ifs, right?
Yeah.
But people are basically saying the same thing with what if Jason Brown starts from the beginning? So I'm just curious what your take is on that.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right? Everything happens for a reason. It obviously happened the way it was supposed to. Like I said, I didn't have any issues with them, believing Luke Doty's the guy and sticking with their guy. And I was a bit surprised, though, that Zeb Noland got inserted the way he did. And I'll tell you this again, man. I know Eric called in and others will say, fire your insider. Well, I can tell you the person that told me this, they played football at the University of South Carolina. They played the position that he plays. So I think they know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to quarterback play. And I think it was a case where Jason Brown just improved and worked his ass off. I mean, really, truly, if you really want my honest opinion. Again, would I have liked to see him get some opportunities early in the season? Sure. But, who he is now and who you saw on Saturday, I don't think that's who he was when he got on campus. Certainly it's not who he was. So, again, I don't say that to take anything away. I tip my cap to him for working his ass off and getting better. Now, the situation you presented, which is, run it by me one more time in regards to the hypothetical if he'd have been inserted early on in the season when Luke Doty was hurt.
Essentially, long story short, just switch Luke Doty and Jason Brown. Jason Brown gets to start initially. Luke Doty has a chance to heal. What if Luke Doty gets a chance later on in the season when he's fully healed? I think the narrative would be a little bit different about him.
I think it'd be different, yeah. And I think that's the greatest shame of it all, because people are using this. Some people are as an opportunity to really just throw Doty under the bus. He should move to wide receiver. And listen, I'm not giving up on this kid's career, even at that position yet. And hey, if he needs to move to wide receiver or needs to be used in a different way, fine. But yeah, it's kind of a shame we didn't get to see a fully healthy Luke Doty, because you're just, again, the biggest difference maker was Jason Brown's mobility and escapability, but you just can't convince me that Luke Doty doesn't have that same skill set. You can't do it, bro. I mean, the guy runs a 4.4 when he's healthy, and I just don't think we got to see that. So if you want to criticize the decision to play Luke Doty not healthy, I'm all for that. I'm all game for it. But yeah, certainly the narrative would have changed, right? I mean, that's a hell of a hypothetical, and no, I hear you, but again, everything happens for a reason. I guess hindsight's 20/20. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll tell you this: it'll be a very interesting preseason or spring or whatever at that position, that position battle, if you will, battling for the starter, how they handle it. I'll be intrigued to see how that goes.
Yeah, it's also a prime discussion of stars always don't necessarily tell the full story here. Jason Brown was two-star recruit out of high school, in case anybody was wondering.
That's a fact.
Luke Doty, he needs time to develop, especially if he's not healthy. Luke Doty in year 3, year 4 could be a completely different character. Just like Jason Brown, he's year 5. He didn't play football last year, but he's been around for a little while. He's played football for a little while.
Yeah.
So he's obviously developed, and I think having this year sitting as third string and preparing the way he has, I think it's really pushed him to the point where he's hungry. He wants to go out there and play.
Yeah.
So, he earned that. I don't see any reason why we put anybody else out there for the rest of the year unless we absolutely have to.
No, I agree.
Going into next spring, next spring will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
It's his job to lose.
Yeah, I agree. You got to play him the rest of the year and let him do his thing. And because, again, obviously this offense looked completely different with him under center. So, and he did nothing to not earn that opportunity the rest of the way out. But we'll see what happens, man. Again, he can continue that play, and South going to continue to block the way they did and run the football. Sky's the limit, like I said. But, yeah, man, I appreciate the insight. I appreciate the call. Great Monday to have a Monday, like you said, for sure.
Absolutely. Go Cox.
Yeah, go Cox. Take care, man. 843-790-3377. I see Luke, RJ, and Phil in a couple. I don't know what that noise was. I don't know. I think that was his phone. But either way, whatever. Kemper Keenan says, my guy Kemper, how are we an underdog in Como after Saturday's performance? Is Vegas expecting a letdown? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. Here's my question. Are we as bad as we were at Texas A&M? Obviously, we're not. Are we as good as we were against Florida? Probably not. I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Should we still be good enough to beat Missouri? Yes, we should. Yes, we should. I was surprised at the line. The line's already come down from Gamecocks +3 to Gamecocks +1. See, I mean, you think about it, though, guys. You're a 1-point underdog on the road. Home team gets 3 points. You know what? Even with that, I don't know, man. I don't even care. You know what? I almost in a sick way like it that, we have that chip on our shoulder. We're being disrespected. Everybody's doubting us, whatever. We're going to stay hungry, want to prove people wrong. Whatever. Is what it is. Guys, we are rocking, rolling. What a Monday. Feels good to be good. Great Monday to have a Monday. 843-790-3377. That's Guys, I want to continue to hear from you, your questions, your comments, your calls. Obviously, the phone lines have been ringing off the hook. So if you're trying to get back in, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, which takes us to hour number 2. And I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Want to continue to hear from you on this Victory Monday as we celebrate the Gamecocks' big 40-17 win over the Florida Gators. Tommy Wallace commenting, big sale at the TSUS.store today. Yes, until midnight tonight. All merch, 20% off your entire order. Go to TSUS.store. Use the promo code TSUS at checkout to get 20% off. When the Gamecocks win, you win. Again, that's going to the end of the night tonight till midnight. Promo code TSUS. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here. Yo, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Just hanging out.
Yeah, did not expect that, but I mean, I knew coming into last week that Florida was going through a lot, like coaching, and they're not having a good year, but I still did not. I mean, like you said, I expect us to, I guess, keep it close somewhat, but the way you come out and whoop their ass is just like, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean,
yeah, bye week served its purpose,
great
man.
job,
You look like a different team. No other way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, out of boy Jason Brown, I mean, like, we still could, like, I did not, like, okay, so the touchdown he threw to Van when Van was, like, wide open, there's, like, nobody even close to him. Like, what happened? Did Florida send a couple guys? Or, like, because I was watching with my dad, we were still trying to figure out how he got that open.
Yeah, just coverage bust, I think, man. Just somehow you lose track of Josh Van, which is a very poor idea, playing defense against us. So, yeah, I don't know. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. It's just, I mean, I don't know why it took this long. I knew it was the first year of a new coach, but yeah, I was just like, and like real quick, like I didn't get a call last week because I was like freaking busy at work because I want to just touch on the Braves real quick. And that's okay. It's just like, since I'm getting called into that happened, I'm like, what? Like I was telling one of my parents the other day real quick. What, like, the last few weeks for, like, just me personally in sports, like, the Gamecocks killed Florida, okay? Mm-hmm. The Braves won the World Series, and then one of the other sports I follow, NASCAR, one of my drivers won the title last night, so it's like, what the heck, all these things, like, running together, Braves, Gamecocks, and a race yesterday, so it's just, like, all this winning.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, and then, my one of my good buddies, the Falcons won, so if you're a Falcons fan, I mean, hey, the fun's in the winning. It's a different feeling here on this Monday because again, even the games we've won this year, I don't feel like I know we haven't had this type of feeling, this celebratory, feeling really positive, so it feels good. It's a nice change of pace. That's for damn sure. It is a very, very nice change of pace. I will take it every Monday if we can get it.
Yeah, and then like I don't want to get like too confident, but I am actually somewhat very confident about Saturday at Missouri because did they play Saturday? I have no idea.
Yeah, they played Saturday and got their brains beat in by Georgia, like 43
that's right.
to 6.
Yeah, that's right. 6. Yeah, that's right. They beat Georgia. They lost to Georgia. I mean,
yeah, 43 to 6.
The vibe is up there. Yeah. So we got them on Saturday afternoon. Auburn at home on Saturday night, and then I guess probably a week of the Auburn game is what I'm thinking. We're here at game time for Clemson, but
yeah, next Monday. Week, so. Next Monday we'll know the kickoff time for Clemson. So
I think as of right now, I wouldn't be shocked. Like it's not gonna be like, okay, look, put last year aside, we didn't end up playing them, but like the couple years before that, it was like a noon kickoff. They were falling away better than us. I don't think it'll be a noon kickoff. My gut telling me right now against Clemson. That's just me.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be a noon. So I don't think it'll be a noon.
No, 3:30 or 7 is probably what it'll be against Clemson in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean it's different feeling, and like you said, obviously we beat Troy, Vandy, and East Carolina, but we barely did.
Yeah, again, it's
then you got
to put it all together and have that type of performance against an SEC opponent.
Yes.
Thing of beauty.
Absolutely. And then just how, I don't want to, I said that let down. So, because this is a team, honestly, you should beat.
I agree. You look at the matchup, and we'll dive into it a lot more later in the week. But I think Gamecock fans, I think you should feel pretty confident going into this one. So, huge opportunity, man, to get to 6 wins and get bowl eligible. And again, we talked about it in the preseason. Getting to bowl eligibility is a huge win for Shane Beamer in his first year. So, got a great chance to do it Saturday.
Yeah, and then I'll leave it at this. Go. But go Cox and go Braves. And I'm just letting you know I'll probably end up being there on Saturday in Fort Mill.
Love it. Hey, John, I appreciate it, man. Look forward to seeing you then. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a very good time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, go Cox and go Braves.
Go Cox. Appreciate you. Go Braves. Take care, John. All right, let's jump back to this other call here.
From
Derek.
Derek, what's up, man? How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. First of all, I love the show. I love everything that you're doing with it. I must admit that I was one of those that I wasn't so much jumping on Shane Beamer, but it was just didn't look good at the moment. So I have to, be big enough to say that, hey, I was one of the ones, especially with the offensive line and stuff like that, because I knew that was the main concern about it. But I was sitting in my truck on Saturday night, and honestly, I was shocked that we won. We looked that damn good, which is impressive. And the only thing I can think of is we need 4 good quarters, and we go bowling.
Yeah.
We are going bowling, and that feels good to know that progress is being made. Even though if it's slow and all of that, progress is still being made. It's nice to have the 4- and 5-star athletes and stuff like that, but some of those 4- and 5-star athletes don't even pan out. But we get in these little 3- and 4-stars or whatever the case we can get, and we continue to build upon that. It just makes everything so much better. If we don't win another game, I'm hooked, because now I believe I see what Shane is doing, and if we can ever get some consistency, then we're going to be all right. With Jason Brown, I honestly thought he was going to be the quarterback after that show that he put on at the spring game. But we went with Luke, and then we went with Zeb, and and the rest is that. But I'm glad that he's able to show his ability and his talent. Hopefully we can build upon that. Listen to what you got to say, brother. Keep doing the good work. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call. Appreciate the kind words. No, great stuff. Really, truly appreciate those kind words. And again, Saturday night was magical. There's really no other way to put it. It was incredible. It was shocking to me. Obviously I picked Florida to win by 3 touchdowns. I'm so happy for the Gamecocks fan base and Gamecock Nation, because again, you hear someone like yours truly, as we already have another call.
Call from
Exactly.
I'll get to more of my points in a second, but a magical night for the Gamecocks fan base for
to
sure.
send a voicemail, press.
Zachary, what's going on, my man? How are you?
I'm good, Chris. Let's go Beamer. How about you, Chris?
I'm doing well, man. I could get used to these Victory Mondays for sure.
Yeah, I'm mostly happy, for the players and the coaching staff, because everybody was dogging on them, everybody was riding them. I saw a comment somewhere said, "We deserve this." I was like, some of y'all don't deserve this for the way y'all coming at people, but because Chris, I'm a big fan of keeping the same energy, no matter what it is, no matter if it's positive or negative. You just keep the same energy. And, I read some stuff, and then some people turn around going, I love this. This is what I love. And I'm just like, I just wish you kept that same energy, But that's just me.
Again, my biggest point is, hey, criticize, critique, especially the coaching staff. They get paid a lot of money. They deserve all the criticism. But, be able to tip your cap and say a job well done to guys like Marcus Satterfield and Greg Atkins and Shane Beamer when they obviously do a good job. So, it's definitely fun to, have that type of energy here on a Monday. But no, positive, negative, whatever Gamecock you are. Just happy for us all, man. Because at the end of the day, I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, and that's what I had to keep reminding people when Will Muschamp was here, and I was obviously on the Fire Muschamp train, and people thought I was negative. I'm like, we all want the same exact thing, which is to win. We all do. Bottom line, you boil it down to it, we all want the Gamecocks to win, and we all want the Gamecocks to be successful. So just happy for all Gamecocks, man, because, again, I don't feel like we've had the kind of night we had Saturday night in quite a while, and that's kind of the night you needed. That's the night you were looking for. Again, you were 4-4 going into the bye week, but it felt sort of empty to some people because of who you would beat, how you had beaten them. And I totally understand. Hey, your one SEC win of the year was a 1-point win over Vanderbilt. So, hey, this one feels good. Celebrate it. It should feel good. Yeah, and I'm happy that Gamecock fans, we have something to feel good about. You know what I mean? So, now you move on to the Mizzou game, and now you got Auburn at home at night, and there's a lot of opportunity left, and it's exciting for me as a fan and also selfishly making content that, hey, we might have a bowl game to talk about. We might have a bowl game to go to. So, yeah, man, like I said, I could get used to these Victory Mondays because, again, phone lines ringing off the hook and content's popping off, and so it's believe it or not, people may not understand this, but it's a lot more fun to make content when we win than when we lose. So, yeah, man, it's awesome. And just kudos to everybody involved, played their tails off, top to bottom, total domination. Feels great.
Yeah, and it was and I said this last week, I said, what's Florida going to look like? I said, because it felt like this was the perfect storm. You're getting Florida off the Georgia loss. You're coming off the bye week yourself. Dan Mullen makes the comment he made about recruiting, and then he canceled all of his media that week. It just felt like the perfect storm of something big was going to happen. You just didn't know, but like, okay, so this is the perfect storm. All of this right here, this is the perfect storm.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, it just, it had a different feeling, honestly, going into the stadium. It just, I think, again, our guys, obviously, they set the tone very, very early. But, yeah, I mean, that was a magical night, man. That was a magical night, and you just hope you can duplicate it. You know what I mean? You hope you can take that performance on the road with you to Mizzou, and then, I mean, if you can take care of business against Mizzou and get that 6th win, again, like I said, man, Gamecock Nation will bring it. I mean, Willie B will be a madhouse for the Auburn game. So can't wait. Absolutely can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm Chris, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. I'm not going to take anything away from Jason Brown. I thought he played well, but at the end of the day, it was the performance you expected. It was a game manager performance. The stats weren't mind blowing. It was I give more credit to the run game than anything, and I left saying, okay, Jason Brown can do what he did. He can give from one spot from point A to point B. He didn't turn the ball over. Like I said, not taking anything away from him. But like I said, I still am going to be cautious about it, because it's like, I'm not, it's like tell your child, go clean your room. He cleaned the room, he cleaned his room. That's what he did. He didn't, but I'm not going to act like he cleaned the room. He cleaned all the rooms in the house. He washed the drapes. He cleaned the carpet. He went outside and raked the leaves. I'm not going to do that. But, I'm going to give him credit where the credit is due.
Yeah.
Do I believe that this would have happened all season long? I don't know,
right.
Because, they started Zeb Nolan and, Luke was hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Jason Brown the credit that he deserves, but I'm not going to, be like, he should have been starting day one, because I'm like, what if he wasn't performing well in practice? Because, a lot of people say that Ryan Hilinski should have started the entire year, and especially when Colin Hill was struggling. I was like, I heard things like well in practice. So, you got to work, to get on the field. You shouldn't you just don't get on the field just because who you are, what your name is, And
I'll tell you this again. I've obviously since Saturday gone on record and Giving my apologies, and I've actually got a pretty funny clip I think people will appreciate. I'm going to post after we get off of here at 2 o'clock that, again, I think folks will get a good laugh at and also really appreciate just talking more about Jason Brown and his play. But, again, he did his job, and he made the most of his opportunity. And we all know, man, the quarterback position, it's just like the head coach. When things go well, they get way too much of the credit. When things don't go well, they get way too much of the blame. So, again, did Jason Brown go out there and win the Heisman on Saturday night, or is he an all-SEC player? Is he going to be a guy that he would have thrown for 5,000 yards this season? Not necessarily, but he did his job. Again, my biggest thing, you could ask the people at the tailgate. I just said, I just want Jason Brown to not turn the football over. Just don't turn the ball over. Don't put it in harm's way. Play an efficient game. Get it to your playmakers. You can do that. We got a really good chance. And again, when you run for 284 yards, and I understand he's got a role in the run game too. I'm not taking that away. Yeah, man, when you run for 284 yards and your O-line blocks the way they were blocking, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the country that would have a lot of success. You know what I mean? It makes your life so much easier. You can talk to anybody who played the position, because I have, and they say, man, there's no better feeling as a starting quarterback than 1st and 10, handing it off, and you get a 5-yard gain. It just makes your life so much easier as a quarterback, and it opens up the playbook. But again, that's obviously taking nothing away from Jason Brown and what he did. Again, it's a team effort, and I said it before the season, man. In games where Carolina can run the football, they're going to win. They're going to have a lot of success. It's not a guarantee they'll win, but you're going to have a lot better of an opportunity to have offensive success. And again, so it's no secret. If you'd have told me nothing else other than, hey, Carolina's going to run for almost 300 yards, I'd have told you, well, I bet you the offense is going to look a lot better. So, kudos to all those involved, man. But again, Jason Brown, when he got the opportunities to throw the football, when he needed to make plays, obviously his scrambling ability, his pocket awareness, his overall mobility, that was the biggest difference maker. So that was the biggest difference maker. And, especially on a couple of the big touchdown throws he had and the long throw to Josh Fan, it was very evident there. So give him all the credit too, man, because he played his ass off for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to take anything away from Jason. I'm just like, I'm just going to give him the appropriate amount of credit. I'm going to give the running game the appropriate amount of credit. Like I said, I'm just not going to, I'm not going to apologize.
No, I respect your vantage point and your viewpoint, because it is a very level-headed one. It is a very level-headed, and you're not gonna crown him after one game. You're gonna give him credit, but you're not gonna crown him after one game. I totally get it. I honestly actually respect the hell out of it, and I think that's a pretty wise mindset to have moving forward. I'm not going to be even, going to Mizzou. Hey, we still need to run the ball. That's the key. That's the key to it all. If we can't run the ball and we have to ask Jason Brown to try to beat Missouri, Auburn, Clemson, anybody in these third and longs, it's probably going to be tough. I mean, it just is. So it all starts with running the football. And when you can do that, it's just going to open everything else up for you. And again, it's supposed to be the strength of your football team. So when you can do that, you don't have to ask a guy like Jason Brown or Luke Doty or Zeb Nolan. You don't have to ask them to go throw for 350 and win the game. That's a luxury. That's nice. And that's what you need to do. So, that's, that'll be the key moving forward. But no, again, Jason Brown did his job, played his game, obviously showed his leadership skills, getting outside the pocket. Incredible. So I have nothing but good things to say about Jason. But like I said, I respect where you're coming from for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't have a favorite in all of the quarterbacks. I just think, it's just to crown somebody and said this person shouldn't be starting is a little premature. Whatever happens, I think starting quarterback who shouldn't, that's more of a topic for spring, and that will happen when it happens, and, we still have the transfer portal. A lot of people talking about Harrison Bailey coming here. A lot of people talking about Spencer Rattler. It's like, we don't know the deck, there's so many things still in the air. So I think it's a little premature to say this or that. Yeah. That's just my stance.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll see. Listen, there's a lot that's going to happen, but present moment, enjoy the W. And I know we're all doing that today. And feels good. Like I said, it feels good to be good. My man, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to let you go. The phone lines, like I've said, are ringing off the hook, so we're going to try to get a couple more people in here. But always a pleasure to chat with you, my friend. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, Chris.
Take care. Appreciate you. 843-790-3377. I know that we had somebody calling in from North Carolina, I believe. So if you'd like to call back in, you're more than welcome. Phone lines are open now. My guy John tuned in and said, we got to get better music at the tailgate next weekend. If you know, you know. That's a fact. How do we solve that problem, John? Do I need to go out and invest in a concert speaker? I feel like that might need to be the move. Got a text here. Well, we'll jump back to the phone lines first. Here we go.
Call from
Phil Harris.
My guy Phil calling in. Phil, what's going on, man? How are you?
Prophet Phil on the line. I told you that I had a good feeling about this game, man.
You did.
I didn't give you a prediction, but I said I just feel it in my bones, man.
Yeah,
We're going to win this game.
You did,
and by God, we did.
You did, and I didn't bring attention to your comment earlier, so I do want to say I got a good chuckle in when you commented that how are all the people doing that bailed after the Kentucky game. Welcome back, everyone. So no, it's fun to make those kind of jokes on a day like today, but you did. You kind of called it. You kind of called it. Had a good feeling, and I will never doubt your good feelings ever again.
Some people just have that, what is it, preconditioning or whatever they call it, the scientific term.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I couldn't have given you a score prediction. I just felt like we were going to win that game, and by God, we did. I couldn't believe. Like, I was watching the game, and I was like, what is happening here? Like, is it just the bye week? Did we make a bad call about who the starting quarterback was going to be? Is Jason Brown just a bad performer in practices and just a baller? Like they said, they used to say Tim Tebow was like that. Could barely tie his shoes in practice, but he went out there in the games and just dominated or whatever. I don't really know what to make of this. Like, we have one narrative that we've had it all year long where the offense is just not working. It's not clicking. We should be better in the run game, but we're not. Our offensive line looks bad. And then all of a sudden, everything clicks, when we're more than halfway through the season. Now I just have a lot of question marks. Obviously, extremely happy that we won the game and one win away from a bowl game in Beamer's first year, which is awesome. But I can't help but think, like, how did this all come together, and what should we expect this week? Like, is this just going to be a huge letdown week? Is Jason Brown going to, like, turn into a pumpkin? Like, I just don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going to happen? So, I mean, obviously we're very excited. This fan base is kind of bipolar. People disappear after we lose to Kentucky because they're just so sick of us losing to Kentucky or losing to teams that they feel like we should beat. And then all of a sudden, you're very popular today with calls coming in of these people that we hadn't heard from in a long time. But, hey, that's fine. That's just the way fan bases work. We're definitely bipolar in that sense. But, hey, welcome back, everybody. Good to see you again. Hope you stay a little bit longer this time around. But, yeah, man, like, I don't know. There's, like, huge question marks in my mind now. Is the team going to perform like that like we did against Florida, or we're going to go back to our A&M can't do anything right on offense? We're just going to run into each other and fall down.
Yeah, I mean that'll certainly be the big question, and I guess one of the big storylines this week is just which Gamecocks team shows up, man. I mean, did this team really just turn a corner after the bye week, or is there going to be, unfortunately, some remnants of what we saw in College Station and against Vandy and just before the bye week happened? So I don't know, man. It was, I really thought, even though I picked Florida to win by 21 points, I really thought, hey, would it shock me if Carolina's in a one-score game in the fourth quarter? No, not at all, because we've played Florida tough. But, yeah, to win by 23, I don't think anybody saw that. Anybody saw that. So.
No. I think people thought that we would win like maybe with a last-second field goal, and both teams played poorly, but we just were better at the last second to win the game. Nobody predicted 23-point win, and that's not the team that we've seen all year either in that game. That's why I was so confused. Like, what is going on here? I was just baffled, man. Maybe somebody smarter than me can figure that out and call in on the show and explain how the hell we looked like crap almost all year on offense, and it completely turned it around after the bye week. So is it just more time? I don't know. But I'm just happy we are where we are at this point. One more win into a bowl game. Hopefully it's somewhere warm, not too cold. That's all I got for you. Go Cox. I'll be down in North Carolina, or flying into Charlotte in 2 days from now. So
Love it.
Really excited.
Love it. Confirmed, Phil.
Yes,
winning is fun.
It is fun.
It is
Yes,
fun.
sir.
Sure beats the hell out of losing. Phil, appreciate the call, my man. Always a pleasure chatting.
Damn
with you.
right. Bye bye.
All right, thanks, man. Take care. 843-790-3337. But again, confirmed. Winning is fun. Winning is fun, and winning is good for the soul, and it's good for the spirit, and it's good for Gamecock fans. it's good for Gamecock fans for sure. Shillen says, Chris, if I lived within 1,000 miles, I would bring my DJ equipment to the tailgate. We would love that. We'd actually really appreciate that. Maybe my guy John, maybe we should start putting out some ads for, hey, does anybody want to be the official TSUS tailgate DJ? We will pay you in cold bush lattes, Vizzy seltzers, and Bojangles. How about that? Anybody's interested, let us know. Let us know. Brian Welch, not taking anything away from JB at all, but I was the only one that noticed about 4 or 5 times the O-line stopped him from snapping the ball to slow down and make sure the blocking scheme and audibles were right up front, and every time was a good play and a solid gain. Hey, well, as long as those guys are working together, that doesn't bother me at all, but yeah, I mean, hey, whatever you got to do to make it work, man, whatever you got to do to, get everything running at optimal capacity. So, Sholin says, I don't drink, but Bojangles all day. All right, hey, cool. More for us then. More for us. Luke RJ says, I guess the quarterback really does affect the whole team. That's what it looked like. A Bad Brad 757 in the TDC Questions channel in the Big Cock Club Discord. He says, do you think Kevin officially gets the nod as the starter against Mizzou after his performance last week, or do we continue to get the or on the whole running back depth chart on the roster release this week? I think probably you get the or, just because, guys, again, I know Shane Beamer does not care about the depth chart like we do. Like it doesn't matter, man. They're all going to play. It doesn't matter who the starter is, or, you know what I mean? Like, all the starter means at the running back position is that's the guy who's trotting out there for the first play of the game. I mean, that's really all it matters, or really all it says. All right, shut back to the phone lines here.
From
Justin.
Hey. Justin, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Not much. How you doing, Chris?
I am doing fantastic. Appreciate you calling in. Great to hear from you. What's on your mind here on this Monday?
Hey, Chris, I was happy last night because, hey, Chris, I was so sorry because, Chris, we didn't beat Forrest Death at home, Devils.
We have never beat them like that. That is for sure. So, yeah, just, again, a magical night at Willie B, man. A great night to be a Gamecock, and it was just one I feel like we all desperately needed so much. And, yeah, all of a sudden, a season that many felt was lost, and people were saying, oh, we're not going to win another game. And it's wild what winning can do. You win one and win a big one, and you win big, and now you're 5-4 with 3 to play. And, hey, a bowl game's on the table, beating Clemson's on the table. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris, I saw something about 4 to 5 Todd Grant, the O-line coach yesterday. It was something.
Yeah, no, Florida did fire Todd Grantham, the O-line coach, and I think obviously somebody had to be a scapegoat for Dan Mullen, and, yeah, so they're gone. So I don't think there's any Florida fan, though, shedding a tear over Todd Grantham being gone. He's not very good, in my opinion. So, yeah, hey, death, taxes, and Florida firing coaches after we beat them. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris, they think about Dan Mullen. He still lost the fan base, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's, they're 4-5 right now, man. So it's a tough year in Gainesville, that's for sure. You just hate to see it. You really do. Hate to see it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chris, fine guy here, man. I hope we get that 6W this week, man.
Yeah, dude, big opportunity, man. And as good as we feel today, you get that 6th win, man. How much fun that would be on that Monday, celebrating, going to a bowl game and yeah, man. I mean, like I said, obviously selfishly as a fan, we all want to win. We want to win every game. Going to a bowl game's fun, but also from the content side, man, I'd love to have another reason to talk Gamecocks football and preview a game and break down a game. Hell yeah, man. Let's go. Let's ride. So, yeah, big opportunity this weekend. Hopefully we can get the job done. I think we got a good chance to do so.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chris, that's all to say, man.
Hey, appreciate you, Justin. Thank you so much for the call, and we'll talk soon.
All right, go Gamecocks.
Go Cox. Take care. 843-790-3377. Guys, we're continuing to take your questions, comments, calls, and more. One final break before we dive into the rest. We're going to take one final break here on this Monday. Phone lines ringing off the hook. Isn't it crazy what winning will do? Isn't it wild what winning will do? Truly, truly, it's incredible. No, appreciate you all, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the podcast, The Daily Crow. Also, a quick reminder, the podcast dropped this morning, a fantastic show, great conversation, by the way, throwback interview with former Gamecocks running back Brandon Bennett. Also, all merchandise on tsus.store, 20% off today. When you get to checkout, use the promo code TSUS to celebrate the Gamecocks' big 40-17 win over the Florida Gators. Man, it feels good to be good. The fun's in the winning. It feels good to have a Monday, and appreciate you all tuning in, guys. We're going to take one final break. Want to continue to hear from you on the other side. Your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, we are back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. I want to get to this text really quick. We had a text come in. Says, Chris, after Saturday, what's your end-of-season record prediction, or are you sticking with 5-7? In my opinion, we can get past Mizzou easily if we continue to play and are able to run the ball the way we did on Saturday. I believe Auburn is our toughest opponent we have left to play, and I strongly believe that if we play how we did against Florida come November the 27th, we will be celebrating and in Columbia after a win over Clemson. Okay, so my preseason prediction was 6-6, which obviously you can still get there. After A&M, we all kind of said 5-7. You know, you'll beat Mizzou, but that's pretty much it. You know, it's kind of hard today to give a prediction because I feel good 6-6 is going to happen. I feel very good 6-6 will happen. God, it's 7-5. I mean, really, 7-5. That's crazy how things can change week to week, right? Really, truly is. So, you know, I think certainly Carolina will be going bowling. I'll leave it at that. I think the Gamecocks will be in a bowl game. I think they will be bowl eligible. And I'll tell you this, not to switch things on a negative, but don't be the guy. I mean, I had a guy comment yesterday on social media. You know, the Gamecocks have been projected to go to a couple of bowl games. And the people, I mean, and it's not many, it's literally like one person commenting saying, well, if the Gamecocks go 6-6, they should, you know, they should turn it down. I mean, Spurrier would turn it down. Bro, that is the stupidest take you can have in the history of takes. Like, if that's your take, just don't put that out there because that's a dumb take. I'm sorry, that's stupid. Going to a bowl game is nothing but a positive. Nothing but a positive. So, anyways. Yeah, I think getting to 6-6 or better is definitely going to happen. So, let's see. David Barnes was simply adding a fullback. All we needed to get this running game back on track. Looked like the 2020 team offensively. It certainly helped. There's no doubting it. It certainly helped. Carolina Titans says, let's give Clayton White some credit. That corner blitz with Rush was perfectly disguised. White called a great defensive game. And I'll tell you what, you are correct, and do not take it for granted. Let's not take it for granted. Clayton White, the job he's done, this defense. Man, they not just been night and day different from a season ago? I mean, they have been truly night and day different. And, man, I mean, a job well done yet again. So, a job well done yet again, folks. So, incredible. Yeah, I thought the game plan was fantastic. I thought the game plan was perfect, and certainly it worked. Against that Florida team. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. So, you guys, yeah, let me remind you in case you missed it, because Derek Gainey asking in the chat, when are you going to be in Fort Mill? Yes, this Saturday for the South Carolina-Missouri game. Guys, if you need somewhere to watch the game, calling all my Charlotte Gamecocks, all my Fort Mill Gamecocks, all my Rock Hill Gamecocks, all my Gamecocks in that part of the state, we're going to be at Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill this weekend, Saturday, kickoff at 4 o'clock. We will be there, official TSUS watch party for the Gamecocks game against the Missouri Tigers. So, again, would love to have you guys out there. Again, kickoffs at 4. Yours truly, probably planning on getting there about 2 o'clock or so, 2:30 maybe. But, yeah, Saturday, Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill, the Fort Mill location. Our final watch party, by the way, of the 2021 season. So, again, these have been a huge success. Really, truly to appreciate you guys coming out. We've had an absolute blast. And, again, I was actually talking with the fine folks at Carolina Ale House this morning. The Fort Mill location is one of their best across the state of South Carolina. So, again, really looking forward to getting out there. Also, guys, if you show up, you come out, tell them you're with TSUS, you get 10% off all food and drink. So, again, you really can't beat it. Going to be a really good time. Should be an absolute blast as we watch the Gamecocks hopefully punch their ticket to bowl eligibility. So, Again, going to be a good time. You guys have any more questions, let me know. All the details, though, are on social media. If you go look, we have our graphic with the address, times, all that good stuff. Doors open at 11 at Carolina Ale House. So if you want to watch the noon games there, you certainly can. But again, kickoff at 4 on Saturday against the Missouri Tigers. Again, we're continuing to take your questions, comments, calls, guys, here on Monday as we celebrate the Gamecocks' 40-17 win over the Florida Gators. Let's see. Let's get back into your questions here. Griffin Price says, biggest eye-opener for me Saturday was we had one penalty. One. I haven't seen that from a Gamecock team in a long, long time. Yeah, that was impressive. That was impressive, man. The discipline, I know that's something that's been irking everyone, including yours truly, week after week after week. Those discipline issues just vanished. I don't know, man. I don't know if we just had the greatest bye week in the history of bye weeks, but something changed, man. Something changed, obviously. So, again, I say kudos to all those involved, man, top to bottom, coaching staff, players, everyone involved. Everybody did their job. Everyone took it upon themselves to come out and play their best football and coach their best football and everything else. So, I mean, incredible night, a magical night at Willie B, and hopefully there's more of those to come for sure. Shullen says, Mizzou is 129th out of 130th in FBS in rush defense. Yeah, that'll be the big matchup. That'll be the big matchup that you have to take advantage against Missouri. Because, again, guys, I'll tell you this. Jason Brown was great. Receivers were great. Tight ends were great. Running the football is the difference. Running the football is the key. Running the football is the key for this football team. We knew that, right? We knew that. So, bro, you can run for, not even 280. You can run for 200 plus again. I think you're going to have a pretty good chance to beat up on Mizzou a little bit. Yeah, because I think your defense will show up, right? Not to look too far ahead. I think your defense is going to show up. No question. No question. Your defense will show up. You can run the football. I think Jason Brown has obviously shown his escapability, his mobility. Hey, first road start for Jason Brown could be interesting, but I think he'll do enough good things to, give you an opportunity, every opportunity to win the football game. Can you run the football again? Can you put together back-to-back good performances running the football? And again, you should be able to. Statistics say you should be able to. You should be able to do that. So, yeah, and David Roby asked, would you say we established an identity? David, I think what we showed on Saturday was the identity we wanted to have all season, which we are a running football team. Are we not? I think we are. I think we are. That's our strength. When you look at the players we have at the running back position, that should be our strength, no doubt. And again, when you average 6.8 yards per carry, it sounds so simple and it's so elementary, and maybe it is, but it's just when you can run the football and you can stop the run as much as football changes, right? With the spread offenses and mobile quarterbacks and this, guys, if you can run the football, stop the run, you're going to win. You're just going to win. You're going to win. And that's exactly what happened. So big shout out to that offensive line. Hey, tip your cap to Greg Atkins, man. They all ignored the noise. Marcus Satterfield, they all ignored the noise and found a way to get the job done. And even more than that, man, absolutely just lay it on the Florida Gators. So great stuff. Let's see. How about the Braves chant? Yeah, we were having a good time. We were having a very good time up in the upper deck for sure. Let's see. Carolina Titan, let's continue to build off this win, and then people will start to warm up and become a believer. Yeah, for sure. Man. Like I said, you beat Mizzou. Willie B will be jumping for that Auburn game. Ryan Cawthorn says the fact we started a freshman over a senior is puzzling, to be honest. If Doty was lights out, that'd be different, but he has never shown out in any game, including Vandy. That's a good point. I'll just leave it at that. That's a fair point. I'm sure that's one we'll discuss a lot this week. Shullen says one of the best parts of the game was Beamer's fam rushing him after the game. His wife's birthday was Sunday before the game. His kids told him, Dad, don't lose this game and mess up Mom's birthday. Yeah, love that. Beamer's kids are hilarious for sure. Renee Benson Sellers says, loved your letter to JB. Yeah, no doubt. I think Renee Benson says, I'm still smiling also. Yeah, we all are. Hey, winning's fun. Luke RJ, is any credit go to JB on not committing penalties on offense? Yeah, it goes to – he's the leader of the offense, right? It goes to everybody. Mark Riegel, glad we only had one penalty. That was the most important aspect of this game. Yeah, for sure. We got a text here on the text line, again, 843-790-337. Some guys that says, was Trey Jones – okay. Anyway, I think it's the same question. It says, was Trey Jones at fullback the difference maker in the run game? Reminded me of the success we had last year when we ran out of a fullback. I think it certainly helps, man. I just think overall up front, we just were more physical. I mean, the physicality we brought. And I think certainly, I think certainly having a week off to rest and recover, I think that definitely helped as well. I think certainly that helped. But, Eric Fryer says, have you addressed the Vegas slapdick of the week for having us as 20.5-point underdogs? Eric, I don't know if you even listened to the podcast today, but that's impressive if you didn't, because that actually was my slapdick of the week in Vegas odds makers. Vegas odds makers for having Carolina as a 3-touchdown underdog, and then they go win by 23 points. So, I don't know. Either way, maybe great minds just think alike. But, that was actually my slapdick of the weekend, was Vegas having us as a 3-touchdown underdog. Darryl Wall Jr. says, great show as always. It's nice to have a Monday like this. Let's have the next 3 Mondays like this. It's possible, folks. Oh, man, yeah. I sign me up for this each and every single Monday. By the way, this is a quick side note, not to take the attention away from football, but is anybody excited? Hey, tomorrow's the season opener for basketball. Tomorrow's the season opener, both men's and women's. Eric says, I listened. I was baiting you, didn't you, have us losing by 20? I did. Yeah, I did. Yep. Hey, man. Hey, look at it this way. Let me put it to you this way. I picked us to go to Knoxville and beat Tennessee, and I looked like a fool for doing so. So I am very happy to look like a fool today, but on the other side. So, I have picked every Carolina game correctly this season, outside of 2, and that was Tennessee and Florida. And one of them I was on the wrong side of the pick in a losing effort, and the other one I was on the wrong side of the pick in a winning effort. I much prefer to be on the wrong side in a winning effort. So, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it again. Eric says, by extension, that makes you a slapdick plus a half. Yeah, whatever. I'll take it. I'll wear it proudly. Hey, I've made the slapdick of the weekend myself after Tennessee. So I'll gladly wear the hat. I'll gladly do it. Scott Stamey, I see everybody's bringing it up. Yeah, Keyshawn Bryant out the first 5 games of the season for Carolina basketball. Who knows what it is? Have no idea. The 5 games, by the way, in case you are wondering, the 5 games are USC Upstate, which is tomorrow night's season opener. Then the Gamecocks go to Asheville for a tournament against Princeton and either Western Kentucky or Minnesota. And then the final 2 games, his suspension will be UAB and Wofford. So these new guys are going to get an opportunity, right? All these transfers you got, everything else, they're going to get an opportunity. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So Renee Vincent Sellers is the best present ever would be for us to take down Clemson a few more places in the polls. Would love that. Crispy841 says it's the most complete game I've seen from South Carolina in a long time. Only critiques I have in this game are giving up the deep ball and not being able to score once in the red zone. Yeah, I think that's the biggest, improvement area. Somebody asked earlier, what can you improve on? You had to kick 4 field goals, so that's not something you want to do. That Steve Spurrier said losers kick field goals, right? So it's great to have a weapon like Parker White. You'd like to convert more. Also, it's crazy. You scored 40 points, and you went 2 for 12 on third down. So converting more third downs and scoring in the red zone, capitalizing in the red zone, obviously I think going to be the huge focus areas for South Carolina this week. But, hey, it's fun it is fun to have those areas to improve on coming off of a victorious effort like you had on Saturday. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Gromain Vibe says Jason has earned his way into a starting SEC quarterback. Some kids perform better in game and so in practice. Jason is poised for a 3-game win streak. What a story that would be. I mean, really, truly, what a story that'll be if he can do that. I mean, honestly. David Barnes says, I have a little PTSD from the Kentucky loss after beating Bama. How do we avoid the same thing happening this week? Talk me off the ledge. I mean, David, I hear you from the Gamecock fan side of things, but I think it's really simple. You know what I mean? You just attack each. We're celebrating this win today, right? And we should. Fans should. We all should. But from the team aspect, hey, process it. 24-hour rule. Hey, you got to enjoy it Sunday. Watch film. Today it's about Mizzou. You move on. Hey, and I don't think that's going to happen with this team because you beat Florida and you beat them soundly, and that's great, right? But, I mean, you still haven't accomplished. I mean, you haven't hit a bowl game yet. You're not bowl eligible. You're an underdog. So, I mean, the chip on the shoulder and the fuel and the energy and the drive, that should all still be there, and I believe it is. I mean, but people ask me that actually in the preseason. How do you avoid letdowns? Like, why does that happen? How do you avoid it? It all comes back, really, honestly, to culture and attacking the thing the right way and approaching it the right way and having a short memory and you're only as good as your last performance. Having that type of mentality where you don't rest on your laurels. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, you haven't accomplished anything yet, and I think that's probably how this team looks at it too. Like, hey, we won, we expected to win, and we expect to win this weekend, and we expect to win the next one. And that's what the attitude should be. You know what I mean? I think it is. So it's very simple, man. You don't take for granted each and every single opportunity that you have to take the field and put your talents on display. And you take it. I mean, I don't want to sound like a coach, like coach speak, but you take it one game at a time. And again, you celebrated Florida yesterday. You flush it. You move on. You focus on getting better today in practice, and then tomorrow, and then, Wednesday, and then Thursday, and you get ready to play another opponent, and there's still a lot left to achieve. So you just attack it the right way, and you don't worry about the letdown, if you will. Now, I would say this going into Mizzou, and again, we'll talk a lot more about Mizzou later in the week. Is South Carolina as bad as we saw in College Station? Obviously, they're not. Is South Carolina as good as we saw against Florida? The truth's probably somewhere in the middle, right? So don't bail on a guy like Jason Brown when he probably inevitably throws his first interception. Don't bail on, you know what I'm saying? Like we all know, man, it's sports, right? It's sports. There's going to be adversity. You're going to have to overcome adversity. Like it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows the rest of the way out, and we're just going to crush all through. I mean, I hope we do, but realistically, that's probably not what's going to happen. So, either way, the goal is to win by a point Saturday. The goal is to win by a single point. Ethan Cook, by the way, Big Cock Club. Appreciate you, Ethan Cook. Welcome to the Big Cock Club, my friend. But again, the goal is to win by a single point. You beat Mizzou by a single point, that's all I care about. There are no style points here. Just go win by a single point. Go get the W on the road. You win in the SEC on the road, that's a great win. That's a great win because road wins and SEC play, they're hard to come by. So, but yeah, it's pretty simple, man. Like I said, I know that was kind of a long-winded answer there for you, David, but it's just go play the right way, man. Attack it the right way, and you're only as good as your last game. So that's if our team has that attitude, no, I don't expect there to be. If we lose, we got beat. If we lose, we didn't play good football. It ain't because, our guys just got full of themselves and they're resting on their laurels. No, dude. It's not like we're sitting here, it's not like we just beat the number one team in the country. We beat an unranked Florida team, which, again, that's not to take anything away, but I think our guys are still hungry, have that chip on the shoulder. There's still so much to play for in this season, obviously. So I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that. Luke RJ says, I just want the winning season for Beamer. It would be better to win out. That could be a great thing for Beamer to never have a losing season here. That'd be cool. Miller Time chiming in says, everyone needs to calm down, LOL. We all know how Gamecocks football can go. Yeah. Joe Anders, okay, you're right. Jason Brown did already throw a pick. My bad. But you know what I meant. Jeff Gullidge, I said it last week. It's a process. It will get better over time. Yes, hey, the joy is in the journey, guys. The joy is in the journey. I say this about my own personal life, and I say this about things in general. Hey, it's true for Gamecocks football. The joy's in the journey. Positive things are happening behind closed doors. Positive things are happening for the betterment of Gamecocks football. Let's enjoy the ride. It's not always going to be pretty at times. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not always going to be fun. Embrace the suck. Embrace the suck. Embrace the tough times. Embrace the tough times. And let's enjoy the process. Let's enjoy the growth, man. Let's enjoy the growth for sure. For sure. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Ryan Carthon said, what are your thoughts on attacking the Florida recruits, especially the defensive ones? Hey, go get the best players you possibly can. Bottom line. Nick Shealy, Brown was great, but the story for me was the offensive line. They can build off it, then I can see at least one more win, maybe even 3. Yeah, dude, if you can run the ball like you ran it on Saturday night, sky's the limit. I mean, there's not a game you can't win. There's not a game you can't win because, I feel very confident in saying your defense is going to give you an opportunity to win each and every single time out. Does that mean they're going to shut out the opponent? No. But Clayton White, his staff, those guys on that defense, they're going to give us a shot. They're going to give us a shot as long as we're not putting them in a bad position offensively. If we're winning time of possession, we're running the football. Yeah, we're going to have a good chance to win a couple more games. Not just one, a couple more. So, again, guys, college football is so week to week. It's crazy how things can change. I mean, this time last week I was still in Orlando, but it's just crazy how things can change in regards to the prospects of a season and the outlook. And I can tell you that this Monday is a lot more fun than the one we had the Monday after Texas A&M. It's wild what winning can do for our psyche, isn't it? Let's see. Daddy-O says, how about Lil Chomp? How are kids keeping balls from the other team? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Joe Anderson says, the pass rush is the best it has been since 2012. Yeah, those guys played their tails off, man. Those guys played their tails off for sure. Let's see. Derek Geddes, if we can go 8-4, 9-3 every year, sign me up. Yeah, it'd be great. Again, technically, could you still get to 8-4 right now? Certainly. And, it could happen. I'm not going to say it couldn't. It couldn't, but I kind of feel like 7-5 is probably more likely. Again, we'll see. Hey, let's take it, again, not to coach speak. Let's take it one at a time. Let's just focus on beating Mizzou. Let's just beat Missouri. Hunter Hurlong, we didn't get in our own way, which is what I'm most proud of. Yeah, we finally got out of our own way, man. We finally stopped shooting ourselves in the foot. We finally stopped making dumb penalties. And wild what can happen when you do that. Wild what can happen. Mark Riegel says, Jason Brown was in the plus. We haven't seen a quarterback escape pressure like that since Connor Shaw. I mean, it truly was, man. It was that was the most impressive thing, his escapability, getting outside the pocket. Yeah, most certainly, man. Most certainly. Game changer. Let's see. Luke RJ, we need the same run game, but being able to get the first downs or big plays in the air helps the run game. JB still needs to be good for the game to work. Oh, indeed. Absolutely. Dude, give all the credit again. Give credit to Jason Brown, everybody. Top to bottom, fantastic performance, man. Just a magical night at Willie B. A great night. Again, hopefully we have more of those in the very near future because I'll tell you what, folks, winning is fun. Guys, we've hit 2 o'clock. Appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. If you have not done so, episode 531, of course, celebrating the victory over the Florida Gators. And also a great conversation, throwback interview with Brandon Bennett. Of course, guys, stay tuned. All the content, everything, podcast, Daily Crow, rolling throughout this week. We're at Tin Roof Wednesday, Fort Mill this weekend for the Mizzou game. And it feels good to be good. Folks, what a lit Monday it was. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to all those who called in and can't wait to do it all with you for the rest of the week. Guys, I'm out. You all take care. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk.